Hey, thanks, conference report. Um, so you bring up an interesting point here, where you want to emphasize conversation. I mean, the bottom line for me is I believe it's conversation. I believe it is also debate, and it's in the perspective. I've noticed that two people watching a conversation online, some people always see it as a conversation, some people always see it as a debate, the very same conversation. And I basically want to harness that power for those that see it competitively to go ahead and give competitive prizes, have voting, ways of judging, and have it be sort of, parallel where a different group that also wants it to be competitive could be judging on different criteria. And, who are the combatants trying to please? I don't know. I mean, it depends how well organized it is. Maybe they're trying to please different people. On the other hand, if it's a debate sponsored by a particular group, maybe they will primarily be trying to please that group and its voters and whatever its structure is. So that's interesting, and nobody had really emphasized that. We all are familiar enough with this medium that some of these are kind of obvious, but until somebody points it out. Kind of the structure to me of making this a convo debate is that I want to extract a narrative from it, a story of everybody's position. I would like enough data in the computer that somebody could go and see a summary of the debate, clustering graphs, um, lists of annotations and categorizations and tagging that will have been done. So that's on the debate issue. Um, you bring up a side issue. Well, I mean, it's not unrelated. It's directly related to whether this medium is beneficial, about original ideas. And I think that's a debate I would also like to have in and of itself. Is it even possible to have original ideas? And it's sort of a pet peeve of mine. It's an old canard that, all the plots are in Shakespeare or the Bible or the myths or, take your pick. But, I don't know, a movie like Memento, I haven't seen that narrative style. If you're familiar with that movie, or you could look it up on Google. But is it totally new? Well, no. I mean, it's like if I say something using English, the language isn't new to begin with. So, at most, you're going to have novel uses of words that sort of create a new angle on a word. But it's going to work from what the word already is, right? So, and that's just one example of course, all of your ideas have lineage, right? So is a baby the creation of a new person or just the continuing of a lineage of people? I mean, it's in the perspective. Now, there's lots of new ideas um, on YouTube, on online. Now, I definitely agree with this thing that they're made elsewhere. I don't think we're necessarily making them. I think this is where you come. It's like you make your RC, you know, boat at home, and then you take it down to Central Lake, and that's where you share it. You do a minimum amount of working on it when you're down there using it. So it's something like that. I I have told this story before. I thought I had an original new idea because in physics it seemed like nobody would say what the actual philosophy of it is, but they'll tell you how to do science, and you could extract a philosophy from that. And I thought I had a new philosophy, and it turns out it's just Pyrrhonistic skepticism, and it's not a coincidence. Lineage-wise, that's actually where it came from. I re-extracted something that went in to natural philosophy from another area of Western philosophy. Okay, and so were my ideas original? Well, I mean, my statement of Pyrrhonism is pretty distinct. It has its own character. It's not a take you find elsewhere. So how unique are the ideas? Well, every individual has unique ideas. So I just don't like this idea of no originality. Um, and I think you overemphasize it. I think actually, if you pay attention when you think you are hearing the same argument again for the thousandth time, now one more time on YouTube, in reality, even that is uh, a unique argument. And many of them that appear at first blush to be old familiar arguments, that's just your pattern recognition machine getting a little bit too smooth and easy to operate. It's like, oh, I can categorize it. It's green philosophy, seen it before. Okay, but you're missing crucial details when you do that. But yeah, I would like to have a debate. Maybe we could set up one of these just on that, if you'd like to go back and forth on that. I know you're in creative industries or have been or something like that, I believe, and so um, I could see that affecting this view when you're really looking for something. When everybody's trying to squeeze juice out of the same old formula, I'm sure you have good reasons to think, I've seen that before. Oh, but you just changed blue for green. You've just turned the apples into blueberries. I know this. Maybe this is part of it. But and I'm on the hunt for originality, so I'm into being strict but when you go all the way and are like, oh, I've never seen an original idea. We'll define original idea, but that would be maybe another debate. Maybe we should do that. Okay, cheers.